Arirang Radio.
Popular Culture Resource Team, how can I help you? Back joining us in the studio for Popular Culture Resource Team. It is the longest running segment in all of the Culture Inc. Eugene's Eugene. Eugene, hello to you.
Hi guys, happy Friday. Love you guys. Thank
Eugene,
you so much.
did you realize that aside from our weekend show, right, we have three seasons. This is our third season.
Oh, third season.
Yours is the only one that gone for three seasons in a row.
Thank you so much, guys.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Wait.
That's crazy. That's
Lifestyle,
literally crazy.
no, actually, Lifestyle Strategy Team went on for 3 seasons.
Oh.
But we changed the guest. So technically, you are the longest running.
It's
That's
my
crazy.
honor. Guys, it's my honor.
That's crazy. Well, she's back, but we already knew she was going to be back because we already did part one. Part one of Reborn Rich. So, we got no choice here. What do you have today?
Okay, so last week we introduced the overall story of the drama Reborn Reach, and we also talked about table culture and the popularity of time sleep dramas. And one of the most interesting things about this drama is that the main character, Do-jun, knows the future because he comes from the present, so he already knows what major events are going to happen. Things like election results or the 1997 Asian financial crisis. So he uses that knowledge to make strategic decisions and prove his abilities.
Yeah, so, it's like, I don't know if you've ever played games and then you put like cheat codes. Like if you play StarCraft, you do like show me the money or black sheep wall or power overwhelming and you can't lose.
No,
and it's like, even that's kind of fun because you're so powerful.
Right.
It's kind of like that. It's a cheat code. You know what everything is going to happen. You have resources, you have the money. And so he's basically playing the game with all the answers in front of him.
True, right. And that's what makes this story so satisfying to watch. You see him making bold decisions with confidence because he already knows the outcome. And one of the most important moments in the drama is when he proves his business talent to his grandfather. And that happens through a project called New Seoul Town Development, which was a real urban development project in Seoul at that time.
Yeah, you're looking at a kid who gets like, I think he was supposed to get like the highest grade or something like that. And then like his grandfather says, what gift can I give you? Do you want me to give you money? And then he goes, I want some land.
Right.
And he gets land that nobody thought was going to be like precious.
What's
Pundang. Pundang
So
is
smart.
a rich neighborhood, right? So he knew it. And he automatically becomes like a million, like multi-million. He's not a billionaire yet. He has like hundreds of millions of dollars. So now is the New Seoul Town Development that comes out in this drama.
Yep.
What exactly happens in real life, though?
Okay, so the place is called Nanjido Island. So back in the past, it wasn't anything like what it is today.
Yeah.
It was actually the biggest landfill in Seoul.
Yeah.
So for about 15 years, garbage piled up and formed like huge mountains of waste. We're having a picture of the past of Nanjido Island, right?
Yeah, we'll have that. Oh my goodness!
Look at
That is not that the movie from Wall-E?
Wall-E?
That's not Wall-E.
The biggest landfill? Wall-E?
That looks like a scene from Wall-E. Oh my
That's true.
goodness! Wow. That's crazy. So that's the land from the past.
Right, but everything changed around the early 2000s. And as Korea prepared for the 2002 World Cup, the government decided to completely transform the area. And now we're having the picture of these days Nanjido Island as well.
And
So
this
we're
is the 하늘공원.
the Sky Park, maybe?
So I live next to DMC, the Digital Media Center. There's a neighborhood called Hyangdong, and it's in Goyang. But it's right next to it, and I used to go there all the time with at the time, Aaron was like 2 years old.
Look at that.
And it's beautiful. I would not have imagined this was a wasteland. Oh my goodness. Oh
wow,
yeah.
that's beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Look at the sky.
It's
like a
really
sky
nice.
park.
Because it's also on the western side and the sun sets on the west.
It's like Han River, right?
Yeah, so it's really beautiful during the sunset.
That's beautiful. So they treated pollution, covered the landfill, and started rebuilding this space. And one of the most biggest digital and media complex was built next to the park, right?
Yes, and this is a complete transformation.
And it's called Digital Media City, or DMC, where broadcasting stations and companies and tech firms are now located. And it was designed as a hub where digital content can be planned, produced, and distributed all in one place. We're also having the picture of DMC as well.
Yeah, so I used to work in a couple of broadcast stations at the DMC.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a couple of them. And it was good at the time because I lived right next to DMC. So it was like a really short ride. It was nice because of that. But it's just, I mean, it's high-rise buildings everywhere. And there's all the major broadcast stations there. And it just looks very, very modern. But no one thought it was going to be that. It was a wasteland, right? The landfill.
So the area went from garbage mountains to a center of media and technology. And I think it shows how Korea tried to combine environmental recovery with future industries. So in the drama, when the main character, Do-jun, talks about the potential of entertainment and media industries, it's actually reflecting real historical changes. It's not a fiction.
Yeah, and I think it's also important that, his father is the youngest son of that Sun-young family. And he's kind of like an outcast because all the other sons are involved with the business, but he likes movies.
Yeah, right.
He likes films. And so his family, his parents don't really take too kindly of him because he's not following the footsteps of everyone else. But Do-jun tries to help his father and go, Dad, the landfill, what the landfill is right now, we could try to transform it into a digital media center and you could dip on it, you could do something about it. And he's just like, what do you know about all this? And so it's interesting. And this is what makes the drama even more interesting, is that the storyline is based on Korea's actual development story.
Yes, that's true. That makes the story feel much more meaningful. And at that time, Korea started to recognize that culture and media could become powerful industries. So instead of focusing only on manufacturing or heavy industry, the government began investing in content, broadcasting, and digital media. And that's how DMC was designed as a foundation for Korea's future in cultural industries. And that change eventually led to a foundation for what we now know as K-pop, K-dramas like this, and the global spread of Korean content.
So it's really interesting because like the Gwanghwamun area before used to be sort of the center of media because newspaper companies were there, like major newspaper companies.
True.
And back in the days, newspaper was like the big source of media. Like that's where, information is spread. And also, if you watch this drama, they always try to get close to the newspaper president. Because they can hide news, make up news, do stuff which is...
They can manipulate a little
manipulate
bit.
the news, which is why the wedding, his cousin gets married to the daughter of like a newspaper company, right? But now they're saying, no. Television, content creating, this is going to be the big thing, and you kind of see this here. So it was about preparing for a future where culture itself, again, could be like a form of national strength.
Exactly, and that idea actually connects very well to a meaningful quote that appears in the drama. It's from Kim Gul, a Korean independence activist and a key figure in modern Korean history. I would like to share part of what he said.
Okay.
He said, I wish for Korea to become the most beautiful country in the world, not the richest or the strongest. And what I truly desire is the power of culture, because culture has the power to make us happy and to bring happiness to others as well. And I think that message fits perfectly with the story we just talked about. And our corner is popular culture research team.
Yes.
And we're giving you a lot of happiness, right?
Yes, hopefully so. And we are also called The Culture Inc.
The Culture Inc.
No, but think about how Korea was sort of recognized by the world, right? When I first went to America back in 1992, when I go, I'm Korean, they go, South or North? Right? That's the first thing they ask. And I go, South.
Of course, South.
And they go, oh, the country that was at war. Or they would say, oh, the country that makes really bad cars. Because back then, Hyundai Kias and Hyundai Daewoo, they were considered bad cars. They would make fun of it. Or they would go, oh, Samsung. That's how Korea was known. But now, what is it known for? K-pop, K-dramas,
BTS,
movies, now books and stuff like that. So soft power culture really paved the way for Korea's, I guess, the world acknowledged Korea through the culture. And I love what Kim Gu said.
Yeah, so proud of our country.
Although we would like to be the richest and the strongest too.
Of course.
That'd be nice too.
Hope so.
We'll continue to talk about other major hidden cultural elements and historical significance. But you talked about culture being big. And I think we can say that this group certainly has done its part in letting Korea know to the rest of the world. This is BTS with Butter. Back joining us in the studio for Popular Culture Research Team with Eugene's, and we talked about the creation of DMC and all the area. I mean, if you've ever been to the DMC, it's just a marvelous place. It's just really incredible, and to know that it used to be a landfill, that's just wild. But you know what the crazy thing is still there are landfills nearby.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there are.
Oh,
yeah.
Didn't know that.
What was it? There was like the last landfill. No, there was a couple of landfills, and then they also made new apartment complexes over it.
Oh, covering the landfill?
Covering
and then
the
building
landfill.
a new... Oh.
And so they were like, well, then where are we going to throw away the trash? We're going to put away the trash.
Oh.
And I think they only did half. So the problem is that that apartment complex was located next to a landfill. So
how about the housing prices going down?
It's still very expensive because it's
still expensive?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know what happened after. I remember we were looking into apartments back then. We're like, no, that's not. That's not going to happen. Let's go into our next topic. What do you have for us?
Okay, so our second topic is about a very traditional concept in Korean culture called primogeniture, or what we call 장자승계 in Korean. So this refers to the idea that the eldest son inherits the family's authority, property, and responsibilities. So this is kind of a very deep-rooted cultural tradition in Korea, and in Reborn Reach, we can clearly see this principle in the way the chairman thinks about succession. The chairman struggles to break away from the idea that the eldest son and eldest grandson should take over the company because our main character, Do-jun, who's not the eldest grandson, is talented and capable of leading the entire group company.
You're going completely opposite here. Again, he is the youngest grandson out of all of them, but it's cheating because he knows the past. He knows everything that's going to happen, and so he's actually helped the company more than his uncles. And so I think the whole thing is because the eldest son of Sunyang Group, he has a son.
He has a son.
And he's supposed to take over. He's third in line.
Right.
But it seems like right now, after the Sunyang Group chairman passes away, Do-jun might actually take over, which is the craziest thing.
Right.
You know who else broke from this?
No.
The primogeniture. I've never heard of this, by the way.
Really?
Primogeniture.
Primogeniture.
You know who also broke from this?
In real life?
Yes.
The S group?
No.
No?
The gentleman up north.
Okay.
No, Mr. Kim.
I got it.
Because, he has an older son.
Oh, right.
But he's
not the eldest
looks
son.
like he's transferring that power over to his second child, who's a daughter, too. So he's open-minded. Mr. Kim is very open-minded with this stuff. He's not very old style. So this is not just about business, okay, but it's about the culture, the tradition that's deeply rooted in Korea.
Right. So traditionally in Korea, the eldest son was expected to inherit not only wealth, but also responsibility for the family. So this included managing family property, performing ancestral rituals, and maintaining the family line. So being the eldest son also comes with a lot of pressure, even in difficult circumstances. For example, families often prioritize the eldest son's education, expecting him to succeed and eventually support the rest of the family. So in many cases, the eldest son was also responsible for taking care of younger siblings, even after the marriage. So in Korea, being the eldest son was both a privilege and a heavy responsibility at the same time.
So you know what they say. I don't know how you feel about this. Let's say you have someone that you want to get married to.
Okay.
Okay, you've been dating this person, and you find out he is the eldest son.
Eldest son,
And
okay.
the eldest grandson.
Okay.
How would you feel about that?
I wouldn't feel comfortable for that.
Okay,
because
why?
I don't want to hold a lot of responsibility.
That's
taking
exactly
everything.
what it is. And if you watch the drama, the wives, because the wives, they all live in the big house.
Big house.
And there's like a ranking system and they have to do so much work. And I mean, they're basically like maids. The funny thing is they have maids, but they work harder than maids. Because you have to be that like...
They're working like 24/7.
Yeah,
hours.
proper wives. And so I am the eldest grandson and the eldest son.
You are?
Yes. Did you know
So
this?
you're having a lot of
No, I'm married. I'm married. I have a lot of responsibilities. So I take care of I give allowance to both my parents, right? And then my mom lives with us, so we take care of that. And so...
So you have a younger brother?
I have a younger brother.
How about so is he giving allowance for your parents?
No.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't.
Okay.
Man. So, I mean, but then like, because it's so embedded in me, I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. However, the other interesting thing is with my dad's family, my dad's the oldest, right? Because I'm the oldest.
Okay.
And so when it comes to like all the family gathering and family stuff, my dad is not in the charge. You know why?
Why?
Because he has a younger brother, my 작은 아버지, my uncle, who's rich. So he does everything.
Oh.
Which makes sense. And so again, we broke out of this tradition. We are open-minded. We are open-minded.
His family is open-minded.
But no, but like I know that again it carries a lot of pressure, a lot of burden for one person when you have that title as the eldest.
Yes, exactly. But today things have changed quite a bit because Korea now follows the principle of like equal inheritance among children, which also means that responsibilities are shared more evenly. Maybe. So, however, culturally, some traditional expectations still remain, especially among like older generations or in wealthy families. So, in particular, many like chaebol families still tend to pass more power or assets to the eldest son, and that's where traditional values and modern ideas start to clash.
What about you? Are you you have a younger brother?
I have.
But
one.
among the cousins, you're not the oldest.
I'm not the
There's
oldest.
There's no way.
I'm not the oldest one.
Okay. So there's no like real responsibility that comes in, right?
I think I don't have responsibility.
Yeah. There was the other ones like Korea back in the days. If you were the eldest daughter, and especially because back then they had a lot of kids, right? So my mom was the eldest daughter, the eldest child, and the eldest daughter, and so she had to take care of all her siblings. Like put them in the back and then like feed them and stuff like that. But now obviously that's not the case anymore. But when you look at these like hierarchy within family and when there's billions of dollars involved, must create a lot of tension, especially in family business.
Yes, exactly. And that's what we see in the drama. The big question is whether the chairman will follow tradition or choose the most capable person to lead the company. Interestingly, he eventually decides to break away from the traditional rule of like primogeniture, but it's not an easy decision for him at all because that belief is deeply rooted in his mindset, while at the same time he knows the company needs the strongest leader to survive. So he constantly struggling between tradition and practicality.
Yeah, I think all the more because Dojun, remember, he's come reliving as a life of the youngest grandson, but what's in his brain, in his heart, is not that child. And he's back trying to pay revenge to the Sunyang group. And what he does is he tries to get his uncles to fight. He also does that too. But his grandfather is this like strong-willed person. He cares so much about the company. And he's going, oh, if I gave the company to my sons, they're just going to fight and they're going to ruin this company. And there's so many like bad things that they're doing. But here's my youngest grandson who's so smart.
Clever.
Right? And he seems like he doesn't know what to do. This is tough. This is especially when you've been training your sons to become the next chairman. Right. So the company itself becomes more important sometimes than family.
Ironically, yes.
Yeah.
So in the drama, the chairman says, the child I loved most is Sunyang. So in other words, for him, the company is something he values even above his own children because he cannot bear to see the company he built with his entire life fall apart due to internal family conflicts. So in the end, the company becomes his most important child.
That's right. That's a really, really powerful line there. Edward over in Jeju. You got to go with the practicality here. What if your firstborn son is an idiot? Can't let him take over the company then.
True.
Well, that's also what happened in North Korea. The oldest son,
that's true.
He got caught trying to go to Disneyland in Japan with a fake passport. And then Kim Jong-il got really mad, said that's an embarrassment, and made Kim Jong-un the leader. And then Kim Jong-un apparently, the rumor is amongst the Korean intelligence is that Kim Jong-un's firstborn child is a bit slow. Like he's a bit slow. Like mentally he's a little bit slow. So next in line is his daughter. And she's going to be, Kim Joo-hae apparently is going to be the next leader. Who knows? So breaking apart, open-minded leadership that we're seeing here. We're going to take another short song break before we go into our third part of hidden cultural elements within Reborn Rich. I believe this is the original soundtrack to the drama. Right. This is Kim Woo-jin with In the End. Back in the studio for Popular Culture Research Team, we're talking about Reborn Rich. This is an interesting. I want to. Usually, I don't chime into debates, but I want to chime in on this.
What's that?
Crash Override says a company being more important than your kid is diabolical. Edward says fair point, but don't forget you might have more than one mouth to feed. Can't let the whims of the eldest child take down the whole family's life. You have to understand that for these companies, the well-being of the company is taking care of your child too.
Right.
Because when a company goes down, the company just doesn't go down. Like people go to jail, people go to prison.
Right.
Which is why I remember my uncle, that rich uncle that I told you about. He was the vice president of a company that created, like the credit card. When you have a credit card, the IC chip.
Oh yeah, I know that, of course.
So he worked in a company that created the IC chip. It's like a global thing now. And he was the VP of that company, and they wanted to up him to the president, and he said no way. And it was like, who says no, right? But he said just in case the company goes down under. He has to go to jail. He has to go to prison. He didn't want that. And so he just said, I'm happy with VP. And then he ended up starting his own business. And now he's president of his own company. I'm going to try to take over that company. He doesn't have a son. He doesn't have a son. He has a daughter.
Oh, he has a daughter?
He has a daughter that can't speak English.
Oh, okay.
And
but it's a global company, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he does a lot of overseas stuff. Okay. And so I'm the eldest English-speaking member.
Go, SJ.
I'm gonna try to take over that business.
Oh yeah.
This is real Reborn Rich for you guys. What's our final topic for today?
Okay, so our last topic today is about smoking culture and anti-smoking policies in Korea.
Okay.
There's a scene in the drama where two characters meet at the airport and one of them takes out a cigarette. Of course, she doesn't actually light it, but it might be a little shocking because in Korea, there was a time when smoking was allowed almost everywhere.
This was crazy because even in restaurants, you were able to smoke.
Yes.
There was literally ashtrays in every table.
In a restaurant.
In a restaurant, guys. I'm trying to eat. There's people smoking. Okay, so indoor smoking used to be everywhere back then. I remember this.
Up until the early 1990s, smoking was allowed in most public places in Korea, like airports, buses, trains, even movie theaters. People could smoke almost anywhere. You could even see people smoking inside offices or college classrooms. At that time, awareness about secondhand smoke was very, very low.
Oh, you have to understand that even radio stations back in the days, DJs used to smoke inside.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Broadcasting, not us.
Of course.
Like I know for sure because we're 23 years old, but no one smoked inside. But like old times, because we didn't have visual radio back then.
Oh God!
You can't see them
Got
smoke.
it. Yeah, right.
And so
Like a
you'd have all these like DJs, right? And they're reading a story, and we'd be like, all right, so this is a message from Sukasa. Hello, everyone. They all sound like they're smokers, right? Hello, everyone. Hi, everyone.
Wow.
I'm Sukasa here. And I want to listen to Big Bang because I love Big Bang. They'll smoke. And then so there's a story about how someone, after they smoked, they threw it into the trash can and then it went on fire.
Was that allowed? Even allowed?
No, everyone just let it go. And I think our producer was telling me that because he's one of the OGs, right? He's been in Arirang for a really long time. People used to smoke in the office here. And they would have one of the workers clean out the ashtray every morning.
Really?
Man.
You don't have to buy cigarettes.
What? Oh, because secondhand smoking, right? Yeah, it's bad everywhere, but very different from what we see today.
Exactly. So things started to change in 1995 when the government introduced a law to promote public health, and that's when anti-smoking policies officially began. At first, it wasn't a complete ban, like spaces were simply divided into smoking and non-smoking areas, but over time the regulations became much stricter.
It did. And right now it's very hard to find places where you can smoke.
Right.
So let's talk about when it became the system that we see now.
So the major changes happened in the 2000s and especially the 2010s. So today most indoor public spaces are completely smoke-free. Even outdoor areas have restrictions. For example, smoking is prohibited within a certain distance from schools. So compared to the past, the rules have become much stronger. And if you look at PC cafes or what Koreans call PC방, you can see a very clear example of this change. So in the past, a lot of people used to smoke freely inside PC방, but now the entire space is non-smoking and there are separate smoking rooms. And interestingly, most cafes or restaurants don't even have indoor smoking rooms at all, but PC방 are one of the few places where indoor smoking booths still exist.
Guys, when they first banned smoking at PCbangs, people flipped. People flipped. And so it used to be, I remember there was the smoking section and the non-smoking sections. Because, I mean, if you're not a smoker, it smells bad.
So bad.
Now it's all non-smoking, and they have like a booth, like a separate
Small
booth
booth.
where you can smoke. And it's also the same way for pool halls. You know, pool hall. Another place where they flipped out, right? They're like, how dare you ban smoking? What are we supposed to do while we're playing? And so you have to either go outside or they have like a separate smoking room. Bars, you can't smoke.
You can't.
So there's always a separate smoking room or you go outside. But this is a huge shift in a relatively short time, right?
It really is. And another interesting aspect is the price of cigarettes in Korea. So in the past, cigarettes were actually produced and sold by the government, so prices were quite low. But in 2015, prices increased by about 80% as part of a policy to reduce smoking rates and improve public health. Currently, a pack of cigarettes in Korea is usually around 4,500 to 5,000 Korean won, which is roughly like $3 to $4. And in comparison, in the U.S., prices vary by state, but are often around $8 to $10 per pack. No, it's not.
$20, $30
Really?
now. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, at least in New York.
In New York, yeah.
$8 to $10 was back when I was in New York.
Oh, really?
Like 17 years ago.
Oh, okay.
So much more expensive,
Okay,
yeah.
so in many European countries, especially places like the UK or France, cigarette prices can over $10 to even $15 per pack. Even expensive, right?
Yep.
So even after the price increase, cigarettes in Korea are still relatively cheaper compared to many OECD countries, and that's why price policy continues to be part of the discussion when it comes to reducing smoking rates.
I remember people flipped. When I first came to Korea, cigarettes were 2,500 won. It was like $1.50 a pack. And they raised it to 4,500. And people were like, oh, I'm not smoking. You know what they did? They started vaping.
Oh, vaping.
Which is worse, I think.
Really?
I think vaping is worse. All that
Oh.
chemical that they're breathing in, so bad.
I didn't know that.
And so it's pretty cheap, which is why all the smokers who come to Korea, they're buying cigarettes like crazy. But it's it's different tar level though. But again, when it comes to have you ever ridden the bus? You ride the bus sometimes to go
Yeah,
home?
of course.
The express bus? Do you see on the hand where you put your armrest?
There's a cigarette.
There's where you used to be able to put cigarette
I
ashtray.
know that. Ashtray.
Did you know you used to be able to smoke in airplanes too?
Airplanes.
Yes. I wasn't
No,
around.
no.
I wasn't around when you could smoke in the airplanes, but
Wow.
it was like that. Usually, we live in a very good area.
Thank you, Mom and Dad.
we live in a very good place where everything is clean right now. Eugene, this was fun stuff. Thank you so much for this. And
you.
I love this song.
Me too.
I love this song. I almost want to dance to this, but I can't. I can't.
Please.
Can you dance?
No.
While the song is going, can you dance?
No, of course not. I don't know how to dance
think
for
you could
this
dance.
song.
This is a song. We'll see you next week, Eugene.
Okay.
Thank you so much for this.
Thank you.
Speaking of smoke, we're going to finish off this segment with the song from Dynamic Duo and Lee Young-ji with Smoke.